Are you living a life that you absolutely love living? Or do you have dreams for your future and they're just not happening? And deep down, you know that procrastination may be what is going on, and it's absolutely keeping you stuck. Most people aren't living the life they want simply because their current thought paradigm causes them to procrastinate about the very things that will help them get to the life that they really would love to live. So, what is a paradigm? A paradigm is a collection of thought patterns that produce habits, that produce results that may or may not be in harmony with what you would really love. Not every pattern or paradigm is negative. Some of the patterns that you have in your life work great for you, and other patterns are working to keep you stuck. So if you have dreams for your life that are not happening, if you want to know what your paradigm is producing in your life, all you have to do is look at your results. Your results are a perfect mirror for the pattern that you live by. That pattern operates through thinking and feeling and action, and all those three things equal the results you're having. So if you would love some things different in your life, if you'd love to break free in that love life, you'd love to break free in your money life, you'd love to break free in a business life, something you would love to create or do or have or give, and it's not happening in your life, you can know that what you would love is not in harmony with your paradigm. Your paradigm is not going to produce that life. So we have to address that. And there's a principle that you can learn that will actually help you achieve what it is you want to achieve. And that is this one, that you can have a circumstance without the circumstance having you. And there are 3 steps to break through to the next level of your success in any key area of your life when you feel like circumstances or limiting beliefs may be holding you back. So step 1, first of all, you have to notice what you're noticing. So for a moment, notice the tip of your nose. Notice the center of your forehead. Notice your right cheek. Notice your left cheek. Notice the tippy tips of your fingers. Notice your right knee and your left knee and the tippy tips of your toes. Notice that you can notice what you're noticing. When you notice that you're feeling constricted, when you're noticing that you feel like, oh, I just want the money to get better. Oh, I just want him to be nicer to me or her to be nicer to me. Oh, I just want my boss to be. You're feeling constricted by a circumstance, a situation. Notice that. Just notice that you're noticing constriction. And then step 2 is notice the thoughts that you're thinking about that situation. Notice the thoughts you're thinking about that condition. Notice the thoughts you're thinking about that person. And then ask yourself this question, is the thought I'm thinking about my boss, is the thought I'm thinking about him or her, or my weight, or my money, is that thought empowering or disempowering? Is it expansive or is it contractive? And you will know it's expansive by a feeling of expansiveness you feel inside yourself, and you'll know it's contractive by a contractive feeling you feel inside yourself. You have a perfect nervous system that vibrates with the frequency of the thought you're thinking, and you will feel expand or you'll feel contract. So if you're thinking, oh, that dirty, rotten so-and-so, contract. If you think, oh, will I ever have enough money? Contract. When am I ever going to get that weight off? Contract. And if you think, all right, I can make a new choice now, expands. If you think, you know what, there are things I can do today to feel more abundant with what I have. I could write 5 thank you notes. Expands. That I have the power, no matter what the conditions are, to choose an empowering or expansive thought or a disempowering, contracting thought. The truth is, you have more power than you know. And you are, in the same way I am, responsible for my own results. No one is going to create your dreams for you, and no dream can come true if you don't dream it. If you don't have a clear vision for what you would love to have, to be, to do, then you're cutting yourself off from some of the capacity that you actually have to change those results that you don't like, that you're sure you don't want anymore. So without a clear destination, you're actually living a life, rather than by design, you're living a life by default. And it doesn't really matter where you go or what comes at you because you're adrift. You don't have a clear destination in mind. As Seneca says, if one does not know to which port one is sailing, no wind is favorable. Because if you don't know where you want to end up and you're on a ship, you don't know how to set the sails. You don't know how to turn the rudder. You're just being tossed and turned by everything that's coming at you. Now, we live in a world today where there is so much coming at you that just managing what's coming at you can be more than a full-time job, and you can actually feel very, very busy, and yet you're not making forward momentum and progress in ultimately what really matters in the short amount of time you have called your life. Life itself is ever for a freer, fuller, expanded expression of itself. It's what it does in a blade of grass, pressing forth through cement. It's what it does in a tree. It's pressing to the edges of what it's been and to grow new versions of itself. And what it's seeking to do by means of you and me, and that's why we have dreams. That's why we set goals. So you want solutions for overcoming procrastination. And here's a few. You can notice what you're noticing. You can notice whether the voice that's saying, hey, let's take a step, is talking to you, or the voice that's saying, you don't want to do this, you can't do this, you're not good enough, do it tomorrow. And when you notice what you're noticing and you notice that the paradigm is starting to gain your attention, hit your internal pause button to say, wait a minute, I have two choices here. One is to contract, one is to expand. What is a step I could take that would move me in the direction of my dream, for the love of my life, for the business I want to create, for mending fences and having a better relationship with my kids or my parents or my husband or my wife or. What is a step I could take? In writing that book, I've always wanted to write. What is a step I could take? Hit your internal pause button and take some action that will move you into a new frequency. It really will. It'll change things. Immediately when you take positive action, the paradigm has less hold on you. Practice now investing in empowering thoughts more often than contractive thoughts. At first, this is deceptively simple, and it produces massive results in our lives. So practice noticing the thoughts that are contractive and replacing those with thoughts that are expansive. And at first, you won't really know how to do that because nobody taught you, but you can learn, and you can learn easily. When you think a thought, you'll feel, oh, I could do that. That would feel a little better. Practice investing in empowering thoughts that will support you in generating the kinds of results you desire.